You are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
Good evening, everyone. This is Arthur Robinson Jr. I'm the creator of PowerfulInterviews.com, and tonight I have another special interview for each and every one of you. Tonight I have a wonderful person on the call, and he's a great friend of mine. His name is Dr. Bill Osmunson. And for those that don't know Dr. Bill, let me explain to you about this incredible man. Dr. Bill Osmunson grew up in Kenya, received his public health master's degree and Doctor of Dental Surgery degree from Loma Linda University. As a dentist for 33 years, and now with two son-in-law dentists working with him, Dr. Bill is president of Washington Action for Safe Water and a member of the International Academy of Oral Medicine and Toxicology, and that is an awesome resume. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome Dr. Bill Osmunson to the call.
Nice to be with you, Arthur.
Well, I'd like to thank you, Dr. Bill, for taking time out of your busy schedule to educate me and my audience worldwide about the dangers of fluoridation. I gladly appreciate it.
You're welcome. It's nice to be here.
Now, what I would like to know, and can you educate me and my audience about who you are, how long you've been in your powerful industry, and what are the dangers of fluoridation? And can you break that down in layman's terms?
Well, those are a lot of questions, and I'll do my best here. I've been a dentist for 33 years, it's true, and I have been a general dentist, working with children, with adults, working in places with fluoridation, without fluoridation, working for some of the very poor in poor communities and some of the very wealthy in wealthier communities. So I have a broad spectrum of background, and for about 25 years I promoted the addition of fluoride to water for the reduction of dental decay. And about 5 years ago, 7 years, 8 years ago, I started looking once again at fluoridation, the addition of water, fluoride to water, and it was like a knee in the gut. We have serious problems with it. First off, we're getting too much fluoride from too many places. In other words, we're getting fluoride from post-harvest fumigants, from pesticides on our foods, from post-harvest fumigant is when they have a say like lettuce or any product that's come off the farm and it's in a warehouse or it's being shipped to the stores. If it's like lettuce, we want that lettuce to stay perky and fresh and nice. And so if it starts to wilt early or it gets bugs or mold on it early, then they have to throw it away. And throwing away food is 100% loss for the manufacturer, the farmer, and everybody. So what they do is they fumigate those nuts and seeds and produce with fluoride now, hydrogen fluoride. And that helps kill all the bugs and kill the mold and kill everything so that the bugs don't grow on the food, and we have food that lasts longer, which is in some ways nice, except that it adds more fluoride. And of course, when you go to the dental office, well, you get more fluoride with fluoride treatments, or you may get it in your fillings that have fluoride in them, or you may, the tooth-colored ones sometimes do, or some of the bases do, and you may get fluoride varnish, or you might have a fluoride wash at home and a mouthwash, or you might have fluoride with toothpaste that is there. So there's fluoride from many sources. You have fluoride in floor polish. You have fluoride in your Teflon pans and in your Scotch Guard, and it's in many, many places. It's a wonderful, wonderful element for helping us improve our industry. The problem is back in the 1950s, there weren't a lot of these sources of fluoride. Now we have a huge increase in the amount of fluoride, and as I looked at the research, I go, my goodness, we're having an increase to 40% in the United States of children that are showing dental fluorosis. This is a biomarker, an absolute indication that these children have had too much fluoride. Well, if 40% of the population is getting too much fluoride, where are they getting it from? And that's where I started finding it. And is that too much? Is that causing damage? Certainly, as a cosmetic dentist, I treat dental fluorosis now. Sometimes people come in and they say, I don't like these yellow spots in my teeth, the darkness of my teeth, or I don't like the white spots and lines on my teeth. And so, can you fix that? And we can, but it's very expensive. And some of it is from dental fluorosis. So we're getting too much, and we're getting it from many different sources. No one is really speaking up, or very few in my profession are speaking up, saying we're getting too much fluoride and it's causing damage. So that's where it really, really rings true with me, is we're getting too much. Now, when we talk specifically about the fluoride added to water, if you take and measure the economic impact, in other words, what are the dental expenses in the communities that have dental fluoridation, and what are the dental expenses in the communities that don't have dental fluoridation? And we find that there's virtually no difference. Sometimes you'll see a little bit more in one community or a little bit more in another community, but we don't see much difference. For example, if you had two communities, one with vaccinations for polio, and another community without vaccination for polio, and after 50, 60 years of these vaccinations, you went and you said, let me look at this. What are we paying for treatment of polio in one community and the other community, and you found that the expenses were the same? Wouldn't somebody say, whoa, hang on a second, maybe our vaccination's not doing any good? Or maybe there's something wrong with something, but we shouldn't have the same costs with people being vaccinated. The same thing with fluoridation. When we see that there's very similar costs in one community versus another, we have to start asking the question, what's wrong? Is it not reducing dental decay? Now, the promoters of fluoridation, as I was once, will say, well, it prevents dental decay. Well, that's not true. That's really actually a non-scientific, probably a fraudulent statement, because it doesn't prevent it. We have more dentists in fluoridated communities than non-fluoridated communities. So there's lots of dental decay in fluoridated communities. In fact, Kentucky was recently given an award from the American Dental Association for 50 years of fluoridation, and yet Kentucky has more tooth loss, more edentulous people, more people without any teeth than any state in the nation. So where's this benefit of fluoridation? And we just don't see it anymore.
But dental fluorosis basically breaks down your gums and breaks down your teeth over a period of time?
It breaks down, well, it's the teeth that it bothers. It does kill the gums somewhat, but the amount in the water fluoridation does not seem to be a problem. It has to be higher concentrations to start damaging the gums. But it does damage the teeth, and that's what's really a concern, because if it helps the teeth, it also damages the teeth. And what we find is more fractured teeth, broken teeth in communities with fluoridation, about 3 times as much broken teeth in fluoridated communities as non-fluoridated. So it just doesn't seem to be improving dental health.
But basically, the government is responsible for putting fluoride in tap water. And isn't fluoride a powerful drug?
You're absolutely right. The government is responsible. It's the only drug that's mass medicated without people's consent. In other words, chlorine is added to water to treat water, to kill the bugs in water. It's regulated by the EPA.